Ugh.
What?
Did you have to do some reading too?
Yeah, I had to do it last year, man. Freshman year.
I'm doing stuff over the summer.
Okay. Well, you've got time to complain right now.
None of these books are appealing to me.
Well, did you even look at the summaries?
No.
Why? Why are you so basic, man? Just gotta read them. Here, I'll show you. Let's take a look.
Alright.
The Family Romanov by Cadence Fleming. This book tells the story of the last Russian royal family. There is first-person accounts, captivating photos to detail their extravagant lives, and the plight of Russia's poor masses.
This book sounds pretty interesting, actually. Sounds a little bit like North Korea.
Oh yeah, it does sound pretty similar.
Well, you know, history repeats itself.
I might check this one out, but I'm still not sure.
Well, you know, the next book is
Salt to the Sea by Ruta Sepetys. This one lifts the veil of a little-known maritime casualty of World War II. Ruta Sepetys details the trek of thousands of refugees escaping war in Russia, hoping for safety aboard the Wilhelm Gustloff, which promises safety, but not all promises can be kept. What do you think of this one?
I don't know, I'm still indecisive.
Well, I mean, if you like dystopian books, there's The Hunger Games and Divergent, and then there's this other book that's on the list too. The Eye of Minds by James Dashner. This is the guy who wrote the Maze Runner series. This book takes place in a futuristic world filled with hyper-advanced technology, gaming beyond your wildest dreams, cyber terrorists, and your worst nightmares.
But what? Cyber terrorists are my worst nightmare.
chill. It's just a book, bro.
Fake ID by Lamar Giles. Nick Pearson is hiding in plain sight. His name isn't really Nick Pearson. He shouldn't tell you where he's from or why his family moved to Stepton, Virginia. And he shouldn't definitely tell you about his friend, Eli Cruz, and the major conspiracy he was about to uncover when he died right when he moved into town. About he had to choose between solving his murder with his hot sister Rhea and staying low-key.
Well, that's pretty interesting.
What one would you choose?
Well, I don't know. The right decision?
What would you choose?
Man, what would you choose?
Here's the thing. They're all interesting, but I can't choose.
You are in luck then. We have 8 more books to go. I'll tell you that much.
All American Boys. It's about 2 high school students, Rashad and Quinn, who face racism and prejudice in the United States. Rashad and Quinn have to face the unspeakable truth that racism and prejudice didn't die after the Civil Rights Movement. The Young Elites by Marie Lu is a book about teenagers living in a world taken over by the blood fever, a deadly disease, and these teenagers find a way to survive this horrible disease. Exit, Pursued by a Bear by E.K. Johnston, a modernized version of Shakespeare's The Winter's Tale. Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, a young adult fantasy novel about a world divided by blood, red, or silver. Caged Warrior by Alan Sidom. McCutcheon Daniels' life is full of bone-cracking violence as a starfighter in the gritty underground mixed martial arts circuit in the poorest section of Detroit. Bootleg, Murder, Moonshine, and the Lawless Years of Prohibition by Karen Blumenthal. It began with the best of intentions. Mothers and civic leaders started a movement to outlaw drinking in public places. Instead, it began a decade of lawlessness when children smuggled and drank. Simon versus the Homo sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. 16-year-old and not so openly gay Simon Spear prefers to save his drama for the school musical. But when an email fails into the wrong hands, now being literally blackmailed, the privacy of both his sexuality and the identity of his email pen pal Blue will be compromised.
So, are you finally we made it. Are you ready for this last book?
Yeah.
The last book that we're going to be talking about is Saint Anything by Sarah Dessen.
What's that about?
Saint Anything by Sarah Dessen shares the story of Peyton and Sydney, a brother and sister. Peyton is the older brother and he tends to get the most attention in his family. Recently, Peyton has been making poor decisions while Sydney is trying to find her purpose. During these dark times, Peyton gets himself into a car accident, driving under the influence, and he is sentenced to jail. Is Sydney going to find his place in the world while Peyton throws his away?